Imagine opening your emotional bank account one morning, only to find it wiped clean. What would you do next? Here's a secret. The most resilient people treat every setback like an investment opportunity. Discover how you can transform loss into the foundation for a powerful new chapter with just a simple shift in mindset. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Reinvention Lab, where ambitious women transform loss into legacy. Hosted by Master Certified Life Coach and fellow trailblazer Sandy Linda, this is your space to discover how life's biggest challenges can ignite profound transformation, where grief becomes growth, setbacks become stepping stones, and your unique story lights the way for others. If you're ready to turn life's challenges into opportunities for leadership, legacy, and forward momentum, you're in the right place. Let's dive in.
Hello, creative humans and fellow trailblazers. It's August, and I can't believe this is my 100th episode. I wasn't sure I'd make it past episode 7. Yet here I am, still learning and growing with you. Some of you who've been listening to me for some time know my story. However, for those who may drop into the show, let's share a little bit of it. I didn't lose just a little along the way. 12 years ago, in just over a year, I lost my mom, sister, and dad. My emotional portfolio crashed overnight. Plus, my friendship investment I thought would last forever disappeared when I needed them the most. If you have felt everything safe and familiar vanish, you know that emptiness. It's not just sadness. It's losing your sense of who you are. But you're not alone. I'm proof that you can come back and maybe even become stronger. When I started my transformation journey, I treated every setback as proof of failure. I thought to myself, maybe I don't have what it takes. But after years of trial and error, I realized those moments were investments in myself. Like a smart investor learns from every loss or win, every move I made, every new thing I tried helped me grow. How we view our losses changes everything. If you treat every mistake as a lesson, you can build something new, something better. This is our last episode of the Reinvention Lab. I'm ending where transformation begins, with the mindset shift that changes everything. Today, I will share how treating my reinvention like building a financial portfolio changed everything. And I will be providing you some financial concepts, but I will simplify it. As I was talking with my financial advisor, she had some terms that I was able to implement here on the podcast show. I will share 3 game-changing concepts, why your old life was putting your hopes in one stock, how to diversify your new identity portfolio, and the highest return investments you can make right now. After decades building a secure life, maybe it was the marriage that defined you, the career that gave you identity, or the family relationships that felt permanent. Then, boom, loss hits like a market crash, and your entire portfolio is worthless. That happened to me. I had invested everything. My identity, emotional security, social connections in one basket. When I lost them, I felt like I had nothing left, not even a sense of self. I had to ask myself, what now? After a loss, most of us make 2 mistakes. We either try to rebuild the same portfolio, desperately seeking to replace what we lost with identical investments, or we become so risk averse that we stuff our emotional money under the mattress, never investing in anything meaningful again. Neither approach leads you to take risk in healing. Here's what I learned from studying grief recovery and investment strategies. The wealthy don't get wealthy by avoiding risk. They get wealthy by understanding, managing, and making calculated bets on their future, even when things seem impossible. Why this is a problem. When financial advisors talk about risk, they mention the danger of putting all your eggs in one basket. Yet, that's how most of us live before loss hits. Let me break it down. Many of us fall into what I call the single stock life trap. We let one thing, maybe a job, a relationship, or our role as a parent or partner, determine our value and security. But what happens if that one thing is lost? I wasn't just Sandy with a family. I was the daughter with unconditional love and travel with them. I had a sister who tried to connect. When they died, those stock certificates became worthless overnight. Studies show that tying your identity to one role or relationship causes more pain during life changes. I lived through that pain, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I had to learn what every successful investor knows. Diversification isn't just smart, it's survival. But good news, you can rebuild by spreading your bets. I call this your reinvention portfolio. Just like with money, balance your identity across different life areas. Here are the 4 identity asset classes. Number 1, growth investments. Take a class, learn something new, or start a creative project, even if it's scary. Number 2, stability. Learn on trusted relationship and existing skills. Number 3, security. Stick to practices that help you feel safe, like self-care or setting clear boundaries. And number 4, wild cards. Dream big and chase something new, even if you might fail. Give yourself permission to take creative risk. When I started rebuilding, I didn't jump into coaching. I diversified my efforts. I invested in my education, which is growth investments. I worked on my professional skills. I took classes and joined Toastmasters. I learned about public speaking, which was scary but enjoyable. For me, stability was daily grief practices to heal and manage my mind, and to learn how to set healthy boundaries. Self-care, that became my version of bonds and security. I doubled down on bubble baths, 90s R&B playlists, and the occasional ugly cry walk to the boardwalk. Nothing says market correction like singing Mariah Carey to the sea at 10 p.m. Then the wild card. I started this podcast with zero experience and no idea if it would work. I thought, if this flops, at least I have great outtakes for my memoir. Resources are available to help rebuild your assets identity class. I wasn't relying on one thing to fix me. It all came together. The lesson? You don't have to get it all right. Just keep showing up. So, Sandy, how can I start? Well, I have 3 immediate action steps you can take today. Action number 1, conduct your portfolio audit. Look at your current life. What are you investing your energy in? List it out. If you're relying too much on one job, person, or dream, consider rebalancing. Action step number 2, the 25% rule. Spread your energy evenly. Never invest over 25% of your emotional energy into a single identity investment. This isn't about loving people less, but about building new sources of joy and meaning. So if one area crashes, you have other support. And action step number 3, start your first investment today. Make one small brave move. Pick a small growth investment to make this week. Sign up for a free workshop. Introduce yourself to someone new, or start doodling a business idea in a notebook. Start that creative project. Small, consistent investments compound over time. The magic is in the momentum. Let me leave you with 3 non-negotiables that every successful reinvention investor follows. Number 1, diversification isn't selfish. It's smart. Spreading your identity across different passions and relationships isn't selfish. It's a survival tool and the key to finding joy again. Number 2, your losses were lessons. They weren't punishments or proof of failure, just lessons. Use what you learned to build smarter. And number 3, the biggest risk isn't failing at something new. It's playing it so safe that you never discover your unlimited potential. My journey and this podcast has been about investing in hope, growth, and each other. Ambitious women like us don't survive. We turn pain into purpose and build legacies. I am grateful to everyone who's listened, learned, and grown with me. Thank you so much for providing me questions through the email and able to answer it on your podcast, which was an educational tool for other ambitious women. Now, this isn't goodbye. It's see you later. I'm stepping away from the podcast to focus on creating tools and programs that help ambitious women like you turn their reinvention investments into real returns. I'm selecting 10 to 12 founding members for my beta coaching group program. From surviving to thriving, your business journey starts here. This isn't for everyone. I'm looking for women ready to treat their transformation as a serious investment. If you are tired of feeling stuck and want to work with me and a supportive group of women, email me. Spots are limited because I want to give my all to each person ready to transform. Again, I'll leave all the information on the show notes. This is an investment opportunity in the program and in yourself. Stop letting loss define your boundaries and start letting courage define your next steps. The world needs what you are brave enough to build next. Let's build what's next together. Before I sign off, I want to thank the production team who made Overcoming Grief and the Reinvention Lab sound polished and professional. From the first episode, you provided full service audio editing and production that turned my raw conversations into something special. Your custom podcast cover art and graphics didn't just look beautiful, they captured the essence of what we were building. But what I appreciate most was how you shaped your growth strategies to fit my goals. You gave me simple, clear feedback that showed not just how many people tuned in, but how much the content truly resonated. You didn't just produce a podcast, you helped me build a movement. Thank you for believing in this vision and making it sound like the legacy I always dreamed it could be. Now, thank you all for listening, and I will see you later. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for joining us on the Reinvention Lab. If today's episode inspired you, don't forget to follow and share it with someone who's ready to turn their challenges into opportunities. Want to take your journey to the next level? Visit sandylinda.com/program and apply for coaching today. Together, we'll turn your story into a legacy. Until next time, keep moving forward with purpose, passion, and power.